Finding the best lighting for selfies and video conference calls can be a real challenge, and whether it's looking for more likes on Instagram or nailing that job interview, sometimes it all comes down to lighting, and getting that in a home setup can be challenging. That's where the Lume Cube Air VC comes in. This is a portable light that comes with a suction cup that you can mount to the back of your phone, to the back of your laptop, or the back of a desktop monitor, and it will light your face up. I'm Josh Smith with GottaBeMobile.com. We're going to take a look at this brand new product that comes out today. This is the Lume Cube Air VC. It has a Lume Cube in it, which is not a brand new product, but this solution is a new option. And as we open it up, there's some pretty nice packaging, and you can kind of see the use cases here. This would be before if you're trying to video conference in a home office where the lighting isn't the best, and what you could look like afterwards. And we'll do some before and after once we get this unboxed and take a closer look. With this package, we get the Lume Cube. We get this handy suction cup mount. And the Lume Cube is still able to be mounted like you would a traditional one, so you can use this double duty if you want to be able to light it and put it on a tripod or connect it to something like that. Now this suction cup here has a small clamp, so you're going to be able to stick it onto something, and then once it's on there you can really dial in the connection. And then we have what looks like that typical 3 to 2 prong mount like you see on a lot of GoPro type devices, so you can get this set up just how you want it, tighten that in, and then you can tighten this up so that your Lume Cube is in place and pointing the direction you want, because sometimes you'll want that in a direction where it's going to be facing away from the device that you've connected it to, and sometimes you'll want it facing towards the device that you have suction cupped it to. Now we also have 2 little diffusers, and so both of these can make for softer or warmer light, and these just cup onto the front like this, and then with that you're going to be able to change the type of light that you get. Here you have a warmer look to the light. There you have just the standard light, and then we can do a softer light, which is going to be much better for a video conference call or something like that. So we'll give you a closer look at what these look like when you're using them. The big benefit of the Lume Cube Air VC is that you're going to be able to mount this to your MacBook. I have it mounted to my MacBook Pro right now. You can mount it to anything, and more light means a better image. So right now it's turned off and I'm in a typical home office where I just have an overhead ceiling light and I have a window back here giving me some light. So now I'm going to turn it on. And so right there I have it on the lowest setting, and I have it with the warm filter. So you can see it's starting to get better, and if I turn that on a little bit more, I get even more light. And so the person that I'm talking to is going to get a much better image of me while we're chatting, and overall that's going to be much better for an interview and for really any video conferencing setup that you have. Now I can turn this on even brighter if I want to, and so now I think I'm at the brightest. I might have one more step, and you'll see that at the start of this video there was a little bit of grain. I'm just using the built-in video camera on my Mac, and now it's starting to look a lot better. You can see more face detail, you can see more detail, and there's less noise in this general area. Let's see if we have one more option. So there we have the brightest option. That's a little too bright for me, but overall it still looks nice on your end if you're watching me. And if we want, we can remove this warm filter. With the warm filter off, you can see that there's a lot more direct light. This is really bright to be looking at, but it lights me up with a lot of power. I'm going to go ahead and turn that down a little bit. So there's off. And here's on with the low power without any kind of little cover. This is the warm filter that was on there that made things a little bit warmer. There's also this little diffuser that we can put on here in a second. And so with that, we'll cycle through the different options. And you just do that by holding and releasing a button on the front. And so there's another brighter option, which looks good here, but I prefer the warmer look just overall. So now I have the diffuser option on there. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And so that gives us a little bit more light, but it's not as blinding to look at, and it's a little softer overall. So this one's kind of nice if you need more light than the warm one provides. And that's at the lowest option. We'll go ahead and pop it up another option, and then one more, and I think we have one more left on this. Even with that on, it's a little bit bright to look at, but if you can imagine you're on a video call and you have the option of having the other person see you in full light versus having this off and seeing this grainy and a little loss of detail in the face, it's a really big difference, and definitely something that I think is worth the $79.99 price tag to get the Lume Cube Air VC. With that, you get the entire device that snaps onto the back of your MacBook or any computer or your desktop. So I think the Lume Cube Air VC is worth the $79.99 price. So in addition to using it on your computer, which we started out with, you can mount it to the back of a phone. I have it mounted to the back of an iPhone here, so if I'm going to be doing a video call or a video conference on my iPhone or on an Android, you have that handy setup there as well. It's also going to be great if you want to take a selfie, because you're going to get much better lighting, especially if you're in an outdoor setting or something like that. And if you really wanted to, you could spin this around, mount it down here, and then all of a sudden you have a light for the back of your camera while you are filming at night or doing something like that. And so now I can light up my subject a little bit better. And then this will change here a little bit. You can untighten that, and there's some swivel so that you can kind of adjust that to get the lighting that you want. So overall, this is really handy, and you still, at the end of the day, have a Lume Cube, which you can use on its own. And what's nice is there's a magnet in this, so you could stick it to something if you want to use it that way, and that tripod mount will work on all of your different camera accessories. So you have a lot of options, really small package, really cool device, and something that is definitely worth checking out if you're on a lot of video conferences in areas where you can't always control the lighting, whether that's a hotel or a home office where you can't put in a new light overhead. Something like this is really nice, really affordable, and you can pack it away with you and always have it handy. The Lume Cube charges with a micro USB cable, and you just pop that open on the side. It'll stay nicely shut while you're using it, and a quick flip and you have access to power. You get plenty of power while you're using it, so you're not gonna have to be recharging this all the time, especially if you're only using it for video calls and stuff like that. You can also pair this with your phone and adjust brightness, check your battery levels. So you get the full Lume Cube experience, and now instead of just having a Lume Cube that lights things up, you have this handy suction cup mount, and the back here is actually also sticky. So you're going to get a secure grip, and you're going to be able to use this to mount the Lume Cube for video calls on your iPhone, on your Mac, for better selfies, on your Android, or on even the back of a tablet if you're going to use that for a video call. It's really versatile, and even from a photography standpoint, there's a lot of times where you want some accent lighting somewhere and you don't really have the best place to mount a tripod that you're going to plug into. With this, anywhere that you can suction cup to, you're going to be able to go ahead and get your lighting where you want it. The Lume Cube Air VC is available now. It's $79.99, and you can find more about it on Gotta Be Mobile, and you can order it through Lume Cube today. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more from GottaBeMobile.com.